What the fuck is up? It is Nate Nasty. This is Nate Nasty Sunday Sesh. I'm here with my boy Lorde of the Sanctus.
What's
How's
good,
it going,
man?
bro?
How you feeling?
How you doing? Chilling,
Good.
chilling. We're gonna start it out. We're just gonna go straight from the beginning for people who don't know you. How old are you? Where are you from? Give them the lowdown on what you do. Just a basic overview. You know what I'm saying?
I'm old as fuck. I'm from the Central Coast.
Old as fuck, he said.
Nah, I just turned 37 last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm up there.
For
But,
sure.
I'm old, you know what I'm saying, an old head, but I'm from repping the coast all day, every day. And,
That ain't that old, bro.
I got all the drip in the world.
That ain't that old. There's a lot older people.
I mean, I accept, I have no, like, quarrels with my age, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel you.
as long as I'm still fly, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Drip
Like,
Lord, that's for
it.
damn
That's
sure.
all I care about.
Next thing I was gonna go into, where are you from? Because I know you've told me a few times, but I kind of forgot. I know
I feel like I rep like the entire coast, but like I'm from, I'd say Napomo, AG, Grover Beach, like those three cities.
For sure.
Kind of raised me, you know what I'm saying?
They kinda
and
like
San Luis too. Those four places definitely raised me. So
that little beach community, so to speak.
Yeah.
That little like couple of cities or whatever that is.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Next thing I kind of want to go into, just because it's so recent. Talk about the most recent thing is the MTV placement, and just kind of start from the beginning.
Yeah.
That song, you're actually a feature on it, so you worked on with who's the producer for that?
So it's actually a group. They're a group of producers, but they release music as a group called Neo Noir, and they're really, really dope. They actually used to produce for J.R. Rodham, who did like all Jason Derulo's stuff, and they used to be in that camp, and then they broke off and started doing their own thing. And they like in the licensing world where you like get songs and TV and video games and movies and stuff like that, they do their thing, and like it's a small community, so like in that world you just make records all the time and just give them to your publisher or give them to your agent or whatever and hope they get placed. And that was one of those records where we just like we might have, it's possible we drank some opium tea that day, it's possible. And we just went in, and that's what we came out with. And I actually literally the day before it came out on MTV was the first time I ever heard the record.
For real, like he sent you like the finished product.
And he was like, "Yo, our joint's gonna be on MTV," and we did that shit so long ago. I was like, "What, what joint?"
Oh,
and then he sent me
damn.
the link, and I was like, "Oh, this shit sounds really dope." So
That's fucking crazy.
yeah,
That's super crazy. So it's just like kind of like a little network that you're sort of a part of. It's like an agency, you said?
well, he has a different agent than me, but just in the world of sync, that
Mhm.
it's just a small community,
You
so
know people.
producers and writers
Yeah.
just always work together and like hope to get their stuff on TV, and
That's dope.
it's dope. It's been working.
What show was it on again?
It's a show called The Challenge on MTV.
Oh, okay. So is it like a reality or?
It is a reality show. Beyond that, I couldn't tell you what it's about. Like, if a show don't have like explosions and aliens and shit, I don't watch it. So.
No, I feel you. 100% on that. So how long you been producing and just making music in general, bro? Like,
It's been a while now. Probably going on like 15 years as a job.
For
but
sure.
for my whole life, I've been making music. I've been freestyling, battling, performing, recording. So it's been a long time.
When did you see your first music check? Like, when would you consider yourself first having music as a job? Like, what was that first point?
There was a football player named Robert Griffith. He played for
The Redskins?
the Vikings, and I think he might have played for he played for the Vikings. No, not that guy.
I was gonna say, damn, are you talking about like the sauce?
He played for but he was in the league for 14 or 15 years. He played for the Vikings, and he played for the Cardinals, not the Cardinals, the Arizona.
The Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, the Cardinals.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. I don't watch sports, as you could tell.
No, you're
but
chilling. No.
but he married his ex-wife is a good friend of mine, and when he retired from the league, he believed in my music so much that he gave me his entire pension check and was like, "Go be successful." You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fucking
Like,
down, bro.
That kind of changed my life. That really put me in the game. So
That's sick.
that was it, for sure.
That's fucking dope, bro. Damn, that's crazy. So, like, after that, like, what did you do next? Like, so did you go to school or did you like just
I
self-taught?
immediately I already had a mixtape ready to go, so I just kind of like I had to hit him with a business plan on what I wanted to do. So I did a mixtape with Clinton Sparks.
Mm-hmm.
We put that out, and then I shot a music video with he's a really big director now. His name's Ethan Later. And then I got like professional photos, and Nabil, who's Kanye's director, did all my photos.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of these people were up and comers at the time, and they helped me put out this project that really kind of put me on the national forefront. So that got me on. I did radio tours. That got me on Power 106. I had a single that was like regionally on the West Coast, playing on every radio station, including here. And I was just on tour, and that kind of put me in the game. And from there, I just got to go from session to session and work with different people, and that led me into management, and then management led me into licensing for music and television.
Yeah, that's dope, bro. So, like, what was your first tour that you went on? Because I've heard you talk about, like, Kid Cudi and, like, some different shit.
The first tours I went on were, like, church tours.
like on some gospel music type stuff?
Like, there's like, a really big gospel festival in Monterey. I think it used to happen. It was, like, at some racetrack or something, and it'd be, like, huge.
Oh, for sure.
And that was, like, my first experience with that. And then my first, like, secular tour would probably be with a homie in Santa Maria. His name's Jerome. He put me on like tour with a lot of Latin rappers like South Park Mexicans and stuff like that. And we were on the road with Destiny's Child. Actually, that happened.
Oh,
with,
that's
like when I graduated. The night I graduated, like I didn't even throw my hat in the air. Like I got my diploma. And I went and got on the bus, and then went and did a show with Destiny's Child like that night. And
that's fucking
the night
crazy.
I graduated. I didn't go to Disneyland and none of that shit.
That's hard. Fuck Disneyland at that point, bro. Y'all can suck my dick. I'm finna go on tour too.
So that shit was hard, man. Like I've been on the road the majority of my life.
Damn. So then after that, it just led to, like, obviously you kind of juggle all sorts of things when you go on tour, and like you do this and get every bag you can.
And is that when you're independent too? It's like you have to just kind of do everything. Like I was just learning the business as I go. So, you know, if the money was in, you know, opening for this person, then I would do that. But if the money was in managing this person, then I would do that. You know what I'm saying? And then it took me a while to figure out what I actually wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? But
can you scoot the mic up a little bit? Just talk a little closer to it.
Yeah,
but that's super fucking dope. Like, I don't know, that's crazy to see like that, especially since like straight away after you're graduating. So you go into tour, right? And then as you're on tour, let's just kind of like give me the whole lowdown on how that goes. That's like what, 3 months?
So that one was like, no, that was a spot date tour. So that one was probably like a week at the most. And you're just in this 15-passenger van with 15 other sweaty people.
Yeah.
And like, you're staying in like shitty hotels and you're eating terrible food. And, but, you know, 30 minutes before show, it's just a lot of energy. And you get to see the people walking in, and then they don't give a fuck about seeing you, but like you have that, you know, 5, 10, 15 minutes to grab their attention and make them a fan. And like there's really nothing better than that feeling than if you connect with them and they don't know you. I think that shit's really, really dope. But it's just honestly it's some of the best memories and some of the like grungiest times.
I bet, bro.
But
like,
it's some of the best memories. You feel what I'm saying? Like
I could imagine. That sounds super dope.
Yeah.
So how many tours have you been on total? Like if you could round it up, if you've been on, I don't even know.
Tours, not a lot of tours, but shows. Yeah. Hundreds of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, but hundreds of shows, maybe 1,000 shows. But like tours, maybe like 4 tours, like long, big tours. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's crazy. That's super dope, bro. So explain to me like more so how did you get into beat making? Because you're a producer as well, right?
Yeah.
So when did that first start for you?
that happened early, like in high school. At a Royal Grande, we actually had a class to make beats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really dope. And then once I learned that, like nobody, I mean, it wasn't like a thing like BeatStars and what's it called, SoundClick and shit didn't exist. You couldn't just YouTube, couldn't get beats from like wake up and just be like, I want to hear the dopest beats. Like,
no, yeah, I feel that.
Fucking, if you didn't make beats, then you had to know someone with the studio or some shit. And I just was like, I'm not finna scour the earth to find people. I'm gonna figure this out. And I started making beats, and that's actually what popped first. Like, I obviously wanted to be a rapper, but like when I first moved to LA, the first week I moved to LA, Power 106, they have this contest called the Woe Call, where you call in and you rap over the radio and you battle other people all over LA. And so and then like on Monday through Friday, you battle over the phone, and if you win Monday through Thursday, you battle over the phone, and if you win on Thursday, then you go up to the station, and every Friday until you lose, you go up to the station and you battle people.
Okay.
And so I won for like 6 months straight, and so I was always at Power 106, and I met like Fabulous and Master P and all these people every week from being up there, and they'd hear me freestyle, and they'd never want to sign me, but I'd be like, oh, I do beats too, so I slide them beat CDs.
Yeah.
And like Lil Flip listened to one of my beat CDs, and he hit me back one day, and he was like, yo, like, this just fire, and like, because of that.
Wait, so Fab hit you back, you said?
No, Lil Flip.
Okay,
like,
okay. I was just trying to get straight.
Yeah, no, Lil Flip hit me back one day, and like, that kind of made me be like, well, I've gotten a way quicker response with the beats than I have with the rap, so let me focus on that. And then that's kind of how the production started.
That's super dope. And then what was your first big placement, like either placement or your like song that you produced for somebody? Because I've seen that song with, I forget her name, but there's that song that you wrote the whole song and you produced it for her, and she's like a pop star, but I forget what her name was.
There's Leighton Meester was probably the biggest. She was on Gossip Girls. And
I don't even know about that one. Talk about that one while I figure out who I was talking about. Hold up.
We had the same manager like when I first got in the game. And so right when she booked Gossip Girls, they just had us in the studio, and that was probably my first big placement. And then when I managed this girl named Samantha Mark, actually no, Shifty was my first big placement. So Shifty had I had a song called like Shorty Doo-Wop or something like that. That was mine, and I produced it. And then the dude that sings "Come My Lady, Come My Lady," he heard me freestyle on the radio, so he would always have me just come to his parties or whatever and like freestyle sick. And shit like that. And I would do it. And then he's like, "Do you have any original music?" And this was the only song I had, and so I played it for him. It's called Shorty Rock. That's what it's called. And Madonna had just started a record label and signed him to her record label, and so he bought that song from me and put it on his album. And like that's what really put me into the game of ghostwriting. That's what dope. I was like, because I didn't really understand at the time. Like, wait, you want the whole song? Like, what do you mean you want my song? Like, why don't you just sign me and let me sing it? And then he was like, no, I'm gonna take the song. And he kind of broke down how, you know, pretty much no pop stars write their own songs and shit like that. And then when I saw it come out, like I physically went to, I remember this shit was actually fucking crazy. I skipped work, and it was in June 5th or some shit like that, and I went to like whatever store sells CDs. I don't know, like I don't know what the fuck store.
Yeah, just some like random store.
CD store, and like I went and I fucking looked on the back, and I opened it up, and like my name was in the credits, and it had the big label shit on the back, and like I was just like, this shit is fucking crazy.
Was that under KO the Legend?
It was under Kid Official, actually. Okay. That was like my first before KO the Legend. Okay. And damn, dude, like it was crazy, and then I had to take my ass back to work, and I'm like, I got a CD like over the record on the show, and the record was doing good. Like his video, we shot a video. That was my first time ever seeing like a major production music video too, and like DJ AM was his DJ, and so like we actually got to be around a lot of people who are now considered legends, but at the time they were just like LA party guys, you know. Paris Hilton was like his video girl, and like Kim Kardashian was just her makeup artist, and like we were just always around. It was crazy actually.
God damn, bro, that's insane. That's crazy. Okay, so going back to like you ghostwriting to keep kind of going down the list, I was thinking about the girl, and it's a pop song, and it's like, oh dude, I'm gonna have to look this up, bro, because I've seen it, and you reposted it on Facebook not that long ago.
Oh, Laura Melody.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that one was hard.
yeah.
That got pretty good, like
Yeah,
120,000 or something on
She
YouTube,
gets
right?
views. I think it has like 300,000 views.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Like she gets views, and then it has a gang of streams on Spotify and shit like that. But yeah, like I wrote that whole song and produced that whole record, and I mean, she kind of came along when I was kind of well into like when people knew like if you want a record, at least go see KO and see what you could cook up. You know?
Yeah.
So, but like my first big, Shifty had to be my first big like record placement for sure.
For sure.
And I think that girl, I don't even know if she does music anymore, honestly.
Oh really?
Laura, yeah.
I was gonna ask you too. You got a record label deal for producing, right? Too, or some type of, I don't know if it was a deal, but it was a distribution or something. You said.
Yeah, I got a distribution deal. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
When was that? Like
that was
right
in
around that same time.
2011, around there.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
And that was for yourself, or was that for?
That's just for whatever we could come up with. You know what I'm saying? So and around that time, me and Jay Blaze have been working together for like since he was 14, but like we had songs in the tuck, and then 2011 I got that situation. I sat on it for a long time, and then just because I was just focused on eating myself, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really thinking about the future at that time. I was just like, I want to be the dopest rapper.
I could understand that.
And that's all I was focused on. And so when Jay Blaze circled back around and was like, yo, I'm off tour with Bieber, I want to like focus on the music and shit like that, I was like, oh, I have the situation. And then in 2016, I think we released Wait a Minute. And
was that like a big single?
it did pretty well. Yeah,
That's
it did
dope.
pretty well. Yeah.
It pops off for most of, you could say that most of the stuff pops off on streaming services, right? Like
for sure. And YouTube. Like, I mean, I was just literally yesterday thinking like, yo, I've touched like, I don't think I've touched anything that's gone super like 100 million views, but I've touched a lot of things that have gone like viral, like that where either I wrote them or co-produced them or produced it, and it has like 500,000 views or more or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was just thinking about that yesterday. Like, when I die, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, he did that, like he did that."
No, yeah, for sure. I went through your catalog, and there's just like a bunch of different shit, like just within like your own music. Like Jay Blaze is popping off right now with the whole Ellen shit, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But like, there's that, and then I've seen all the older stuff too, like just in like underneath like all the ghostwriting and stuff too that I just went through and saw.
Yeah.
It's just super crazy. But yeah, kind of just talking about some more stuff. So after the ghostwriting and producing for a lot more people, what kind of rolls on to like the whole Jay Blaze movement? So like you are doing all that, you get the distribution. Does that stay active underneath, like, or not underneath, but for everything that you do, and like including Jay Blaze?
No, so I actually only used it for Jay Blaze. Like, I was honestly just trying to figure out how to, because I feel like I've had a semblance of success in each lane. So like as an artist, I had a little bit of success. As a producer, a little bit of success. Writer, manager, it's all a little bit of success. But I've never had it all work together. You know what I'm saying? And
For sure.
And then when I kind of said, okay, if you put all of those things together, what does that make? That's a label. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everything's functioning together and you get a hit that takes off, that's a label. And that kind of made me be like, okay, maybe I want to start a label. And like, that's where, you know, me and Jay Blaze started working together, because I was like, I don't want to necessarily be your manager. I kind of want to be your partner. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
Because I'm not about to tell you what to do. Like, if you're investing in yourself, like, I'm just gonna tell you what I have, what knowledge I have, and you can take that as you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so, fucking, we just kind of partnered up and just have been releasing music since 2015, and he's had a few records that popped off, and
That's super dope that you kind of just like kind of gave him the reins and just let him do his own thing.
Of course. I mean, because I've been in situations where I, can't, the money might be cool, but because when the money's cool, you can't do what you want, and you don't realize how valuable it is to be able to do what you want as an artist until you can't do what you want. You feel what I'm saying? Like if you're sitting on the hottest records in the world and you're like, yo, this shit needs to go right now, like this is the time, and the person with the money's telling you like, no, like just wait, yeah, and you're like, you're not even part of the culture, bro, like what are you talking about? Wait, you feel what I'm saying? And
fuck that.
And that shit is really frustrating. So I just approach it very much like, what would I want to hear if I was in his shoes? You know what I'm saying? And
for sure. That's super dope. That coming from me, like just from an artist perspective, that like that's everything that you want, because you're technically his manager, right? Yeah, that's for sure everything that you want, a manager. Just because, I don't know, it's the whole someone who has connections, which you do because of all the things that you have, like in your resume. Someone who will allow you to fully do whatever the fuck you want, just like flat out, and then also someone who will boost you up and like kind of work with you and kind of, I don't know about like forcing you to do the same things, but showing him like the right way and then letting him figure it out on his own.
Exactly. Like I make sure that the songs can chart on Billboard. I'll make sure we're gonna hit Vivo, we're gonna hit World Star when we need to, get a couple premieres and all that stuff. But as far as creatively, like, he does his thing, you know what I'm saying? And I just support where I can, like, and for me, like, that's kind of where Connect the Coast comes in, because I eventually want that to be a label. Yeah. And if I can show, like, hey, this is what I did with this guy, check out these numbers and this and this and that, like, maybe I can do something similar for someone else, you feel what I'm saying? So someone from the coast, from my city, so
yeah,
he's from Miami, so
yeah, that's super dope. So do you like ever produce, or I know you've featured on some of his songs, but do you produce or write for him too? Ever?
I produce for him a lot, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's super
definitely
dope. That's super dope. When was like the first song that popped off for him? Because you kind of said a few of them. I forget the first one that you mentioned.
The first one that popped off was Wait a Minute. That was like, I want to say 20. It might have been 2017, 2016.
How many streams?
That on YouTube. The video has probably 300,000 streams on YouTube, 300,000 streams on Spotify. But that's just his video, and then there's like tons of dance challenges. Like there's a video to his that has a couple mil where they're dancing to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then before that there was a dance. I think, and what helped that was there was a girl that I produced a record for, and her record went crazy. Like she has over 1 million views on Spotify, over 1 million views on YouTube, like, and her video went super crazy. And that's kind of what made it known that, like, oh, if you want the dancers to rock with the music, like, go talk to him.
That's fucking dope. So that's always been the move from the beginning, is the dance challenge.
Yeah, because I used to be a dancer, so anything I produce, you could dance to it. It don't matter if it's sad, you could dance to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. That's dope. Because I've seen the super recent What's Dat challenge.
Yeah,
that one's popping the fuck up.
It's going crazy right now. So that song has only been out for 2 months. It's already at 200,000 streams on Spotify. So
for sure. So this one's gonna shoot past.
And the video's not even out yet. So
that's gonna be crazy.
And the labels are definitely calling, which is new. So that's good.
I was gonna ask you. So after the first one, what's the next kind of single that charts, or not charts like actually, but in his book? You know what I'm saying?
Switch Off was the last song he released, and that did really well on Spotify. Not as well on YouTube, but it did really well on Spotify. And that's then dope. That just kind of set us up for What's That.
Same ballpark of streams?
Yeah. No, a little less. I think it's like just over 100,000. Like,
which is still crazy.
Yeah,
like,
so
let's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like for us to touch 6,000, to touch 6 figures in streams per release, like, that's good for us. You know.
Fuck yeah, that's good for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like 100K, like legit. Like it's pretty insane. You know what I'm saying?
And it's literally just me and him. It's not like no secret,
like some dude in the back who's like.
It's none of that shit. It's literally just me and him. So
that's dope.
I'm proud of what we're accomplishing for sure.
That's super dope. And so he's been on multiple tours, right? I think you said Chris Brown.
Yeah,
like
he toured with Bieber for years. He toured with Chris Brown. Yeah, he toured with I mean, anyone you could think of, he's done it. He's been on the Oscars, been on the Grammys, like the whole nine. So and now it's his turn. Like his song is really taking off, and I'm very happy for him.
That's dope. So What's That is the next song that you would say would really made a next?
Yeah, that shit's about to set him up, and we're just finishing up his album. Like we never really stopped creating, but he's definitely we're finishing up his album. He has just a gang of bangers, like a gang of bangers. Like I just slaps on deck. I feel like this album, I don't want to say it's going to, but it could change my life for sure.
That's gonna be dope as fuck.
It could change my life.
That's gonna be sick as fuck. I was gonna talk about another thing when we're talking about What's That. How does the whole deal between you and Jay Blaze work? Like, just for artists who are like kind of like wondering how to get into like having a manager and like the whole management idea of it. Like, how does that work?
So first of all, if there's no sense of, I learned this from 300 Records. If there's no sense of urgency, you don't need a manager. You feel what I'm saying? Like. But when you do, when that time comes, you have to look for someone who's not trying to take and someone that can only add. You feel what I'm saying? Like Jay Blaze had something that he needed that I could add to his team. You feel what I'm saying? And like I had those platforms available, like the Vivo connections, the distribution situation, the PR connects because of my deals and all that stuff, and so I could just add to what he was doing without getting in the way of his vision. Like that's the most important thing to look for. So if you could find someone that's willing to do that, then that's what you need to roll with. To
be honest, that's what makes like an artist's music the most authentic too. Because when an artist is doing everything that they want to, it's actually like the full form of, you know what I'm saying? Like it's there's too many artists that I've heard stories of, like famous people who get cut off and like aren't able to do certain things and they're pissed off in their deals, and but that's more like record label side stuff. But same goes for managers and stuff too, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Being able to move around. And
that's a fact. And for me, like, I guess I'm scared of failure, but I'm not scared to lose. Like failure to me is like when it's all said and done and like you just lost, like at the end, and there's no getting back up. So that kind of failure I'm scared of. But you're gonna take losses along the way, and I'm not scared to lose. So for me, like I don't ever want to take a loss with him and have him be like, "It's your fault."
I feel that. Yeah, like, I feel that.
I want him to be able to say like, "We might have lost, but like I did it my way, and I can accept how we lost." Like I can sleep at night with that. But if it's like, this is your fault, we lost like this, that shit eats at me. And it's happened before, but I try to make it sure that it doesn't happen very often.
I feel that. So after it pops off on Spotify, let's just kind of run through the whole What's That, like from beginning. He drops it, the dance challenge starts to pop off. Who's the first big person that posts it? Like, I don't know much about dancers, but I know there's a whole community on Instagram.
So he himself is a pretty big dancer.
Yeah, I know he has like 130K on Instagram, so that is already in itself.
Yeah,
like,
he's up
popping
there. But the first other big dancer to post it was that I noticed was D something, D Glazer, like she has like 1.4 million or something.
Fuck.
Like that.
I'm not gonna cap. I have no idea who that is.
Like
but
she posted it, and then like it just actually just kind of just started going crazy, and it had been out, and it just started going crazy. Like, oh, you know what? No, I lie. He was the first dancer to post it to make it go viral. He made up a routine because we had this conversation, and this is good. Actually, this is what people should hear. We had this conversation because for the longest time, like we made these records and we were like, yo, this shit is dope. Like there's no other, because there's a lot of dancers that make music. We're like, there's no other dancers that's making this kind of shit. Like this shit's fire. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, so why is it not connecting? And he was trying to keep, the game had really just changed. So he was approaching it in the old school way, and he was like, okay, I'm going to keep my music life over here, and I'm going to keep my personal life over here, and I'm going to keep my dance life over here, and it was all separate. And then we had the conversation maybe a month ago, and he was like, bro, I think I want to dance. And I was like, I was literally going to tell you, like, we need to stop separating those things. Like, people know you as a dancer. You are genuinely, like, you be dancing everywhere you go.
Fuck yeah.
Like, it's a huge part of your life. And, like, to be successful these days as an artist, you just have to share yourself entirely. And so this is not something you can keep separate and talk about later. We have to implement it and integrate it into what you're doing now. And so he figured out a way. He came up with these things called Henny sessions, where he invites people over his house. He'll film a dance in his garage. They just get faded with red cups on Henny, and they dance and they film it and post it on Instagram.
That's dope.
And so he did it to his song, and then that shit, people saw that, and it just went crazy immediately.
That's dope.
Immediately. But the first really big person I saw posted was Chris Brown.
Fuck. I remember that. I hell remember that. It was on his story.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember when you posted that. That was like 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. That's crazy. So then after that happens, starts popping off. How does the whole Ellen thing go down? So does someone call you for that? Did you submit?
So, well, they hit up. They're gonna hit up one of us. I think they hit up Blaze first, and they basically. I mean, he hit me up like weeks ago. Like, I knew it was gonna happen for a long time, and I had to hold that shit in.
Yeah.
But they're like, yo, we want to give you X amount of dollars. Like, we want to use the record and this and that. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, I know it's going to happen the whole time. And, like, I just wanted to flex so hard. I could
imagine, bro. Fucking Ellen having that on your chest.
It was dope. I knew once I got that call, I was like, yo, this shit is going crazy. Like,
fuck yeah, bro.
It's going crazy. Like,
what's the deal with the little kid that was there?
He chose to dance to it. That's how I knew it was going crazy, because they let him pick whatever song he wanted to dance to, and that's the song he chose.
Oh shit.
And I guess he's on Ellen all the time. So, because I don't really watch the show, but I guess he's on Ellen all the time and he dances, and that's what he wanted. And when they called and said that, I was like, oh, this shit's about to go nuts. And then the video is so fucking dope. Like, it's so dope.
It's done?
Yeah, it's done.
Do you have a date for it?
Soon.
Oh, see, I tried. It was soon. Right there. That's crazy though. So
it's wet.
That's crazy. That little kid just like. It's
all
on his own.
Shout out to T, because he put us on. So
yeah, fuck yeah.
So
hell yeah.
I owe you a tricycle or something, my nigga.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah. All right, let's just keep it rolling like straight into all the other shit. Let's just go straight into Connect the Coast. So when did that shit start up for you? Because I know that's been making a pretty big movement here, just locally, and it's helped me out a lot. So I kind of just talk about that, like when it started and.
So Connect the Coast actually, I mean, the bones of it started about 2 years ago, when I would throw these parties called the Night Show at the library downtown. And what I would do is I would give the DJ, I would have control of the DJ that night, and I would give him, I'd say, play all the latest shit that's on the blogs. I don't want to hear nothing from 2000, early 2000s. I don't hear nothing from the 90s. Yeah. Just whatever's on the blogs, like, that's what you play. And in between some of that shit, we're going to sprinkle in Central Coast artists. And every time you play a Central Coast artist music, I'm going to buy the bar shots. So I'm going to be like, so when you play the song, while the song's playing, I'll be like, yo, this is the latest Nate Nasty. He's buying everybody shots at the bar. So make sure you request this song on Wild 106. Make sure you request this song on The Beat in Santa Maria. And Nate Nasty's in the building. Make sure you thank him for the shots and this and that. And I, like, maybe 4 or 5 times throughout the night, I would buy shots for the whole bar. And so they would listen and be like, oh, okay, I like this artist now. And, like, it didn't go crazy, but it, like, gained a thing. And then I started doing it in LA with James K. And in LA, I had, like, LA Leakers would come out, and, like, Revolt TV would come out, and we would literally play Central Coast artist music and have all these tastemakers, like, rock into the shit, you know what I'm saying? And then when I had to come back home, like, fucking the last meeting I had before I came back, it was a pretty big meeting, and they asked me, they said, if we go back to your hometown and we ask 10 people, do you know who KO is? How many of them are going to say yes? And I was like, shit, maybe one. You feel what I'm saying? And, like, they said, come back when it's 9. And I was like, fuck. And so I just kept, if you couple that with me looking on Facebook and Twitter and seeing all these Central Coast artists talk shit that they know nothing about, saying this is how you become successful, this is how you get a deal, and I'm like, no, it's not. Like, you guys sound crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
this is something I can step in, and this is something I can help with. You feel what I'm saying? Just by leading by example. Like, I don't even have to preach to you. I'ma just start something and be consistent with it and show you how much you can elevate in a short amount of time. And I'ma just put my money where my mouth is. Like, because I was arguing with people online, being like, no, you can't, no, you don't. And they'd be like, you don't know what you're talking about. And so now I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'm here now. I'm going to show you I know what I'm talking about. I could have put the same energy. It's my camera and shit. I could have put the same energy into just blowing myself up back here. But that's not the point. My point is, like, I'm not here. I'm not just going to talk about how I know how to get shit moving. I'm gonna show you I know how to get shit moving. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what, it's not even been a year yet. July 4th will be a year, and like, everybody on the coast from Oxnard to Paso knows about Connect the Coast, and we're still growing. You feel what I'm saying?
That's crazy. So you said July 4th would be a year?
July 4th will be a year.
So I was like, the pool party was one of the first.
That was the first thing that was. Well, the 4th of July party we had at Pirates Cove. Which we're going to have another one. That's going to be our anniversary party. You want to come out to that. It's going to be wild. There will be titties. Sorry, baby. I'm just speaking the facts. But yeah, your party was like the first official thing that I went. Because I don't know how I came across your shit. But I was like, it was
probably hashtags. I think you told me it was hashtags, and then I hit you up because I seen it because you follow me or you liked it or you did the plug something on the comments.
And then I was like, okay, I'm going to that shit. Like, and that's what I want. Like, I want to just, to me, it's not just about like rapper shit. It's about youth culture and like people who have the same mentality, having a hub and knowing like, this is where the next lit shit is gonna be. Let me be there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's perfect, bro. It obviously panned out. You can see how many people have a demand for that type of shit around here because there's so many of us that, like, they do this, but they throw it out there so aimlessly, like, hopefully someone fucking sees it. Right. You know what I mean? Like, and then personally for Paso, I know there's so many, like, different types of people, like, people who don't fuck with rap music, like, whatsoever, and then there's the whole people who, like, would fuck with it, but, like,
don't know even where to look to start.
Yeah, that part, and then there's people who don't fuck with it because they think it's lame, and so I think that something that is like this kind of solidifies the fact of people around here can make real good music.
Hell
like,
yeah.
It's not corny for people to be, like, doing what we do, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. And, I mean, I think people on the coast, I mean, I've been on the coast most of my life. Like, I think people out here have always made good music. Like, as far as the music is concerned, with Connect the Coast, I really want people to start making great music. Like, if you notice, like, our traction has slowed down in what we post and what we share lately, because I am now starting to see that there are people that are making great music, and I only want to showcase that. And there's no slight against people that are making good music, but we have to start to separate and say, okay, these are the artists that we need to champion. Because it's not, to me, I'm not trying to play like fucking, I'm not your preschool teacher and here to make you feel good. Like, everybody can't win. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
like,
for sure.
Like, and that doesn't mean and that doesn't even mean that my word is the final word, but I'm saying, like, we have to establish, like, okay, these are the kings of the coast, and that way everybody knows that they can take the crown and knows what to aim for.
And at the end of the day, you can't sugarcoat shit. Like, if you're trash, you're trash, bro. Like, I'm
gonna
keep it 1,000 on this podcast. I've told you that from the beginning. like if your shit's trash, it's trash, and I'm gonna say that on, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just that's just what it has to be. But at the end of the day, you can't be like disrespectful because people put a lot of time in that shit too. So it's like trying to find the right balance.
But it's not disrespectful to give your opinion. It's disrespectful if you like, he's a fuck nigga and that's trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
But if you're just like, I don't rock with that shit, it's not for me, that's not disrespectful. And I think that's where, you know, especially in an area, in a bubble like this, a lot of people aren't built for rap. You feel what I'm saying? Because we're in a place where, you know, everybody gets a trophy and everybody has to feel like a winner and shit like that. And that mentality bleeds over into the rap shit. And it's like, nah, my nigga, you're not nice. Like, yeah, that's your fault. Like, and that's what it is.
The worst part about it too is, like, I'll have some people in the studio and, like, it at the end of the day, for me, I like to I care about my relationships at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really hard for me to be like, that's not it. And like for you to keep doing that shit over and over again because it's not right. But I have to do that because if I don't do that, that's not like my integrity as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm putting out trash shit, like that at the end of the day will ruin what I'm doing here, like just as a whole. And if I put like bad music on the submissions here, that just ruins what I do as a whole. So it's just like one of those things where you have to be able to have some type of system to weed out things.
Exactly.
For sure, bro. Well, that's super dope. I'm really excited to see what Connect the Coast is going to do from there. So basically the past year, what everybody's seen has just been it.
That's been it.
That's crazy, bro. So far. And we got on the news first 6 months.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? You definitely finessed that one. But I remember when I called you, I was like,
shout out Kevin, because
Kevin did.
He would fucking kill me if I didn't shout him out right now.
But I did tell you, I was like, this is gonna be on the news. That to me was the biggest victory of Connect the Coast, because like you old fuck niggas are not finna get away with this shit no more. You're not like. I'm not saying I have a problem with Homeboy at all, but I am saying like he only did that shit because he thought he could get away with it, because he's like, oh, everybody hates rap and it's not going to be an issue and whatever. No, bro, like that's not the case.
I just want to go on the record that they were full of shit. They never hit me back up after the news thing. They said they would, but they didn't. I just want to say that because
they didn't reach out.
That was a bunch of horse shit.
They lying.
I don't know, man. That shit was weird. But that's super dope. So what are the plans for Connect the Coast going forward? Because I know you're going to keep the same, like, go to events, give exposure, the same idea, but do you have anything else?
Yeah, I mean, to me, like, it's the way we distribute content is going to continue to bloom, and it's going to be more like a online magazine. So you'll see things like, I want to, start showcasing a lot of females on the coast that do dope things. So you might see some spreads like that, not necessarily models, just dope females that do things. You might see spreads and articles, the same way that I kind of did the graphics for the top 5, but just about people doing dope things around the coast.
That'd be dope.
I want to start a series that like a night out with Nate Nasty. You feel what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I don't know if we could do that with you just yet, but like if
like a day in the life type thing.
No, so like if you were 21, we'd go out with you in your town, like the Pappies or some shit.
Let's do my 21st birthday.
Let's see, we could do that.
That sounds hard.
You feel what I'm saying? So we go to Pappies. Like I might do like kind of how the GQ. I don't know. Have you seen those GQ interviews where they ask 20 questions and shit like that?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of type shit like that.
It'd be like a mixture of that and just showing what your city's like when you go out, what a night like is out with you and shit like that, and just go from city to city and showcase people. Like I just really wanted a lot of things like that to showcase personality, because people will find your music if they like your personality. You feel what I'm saying? So we need more outlets to showcase people's personalities.
That's one of the big reasons why I wanted to do this, because I know a lot of people don't really know me besides like the 8 songs I've dropped on SoundCloud, because I know that a lot of people like have eyes on me from the coast, but they don't really know me because I'm so far up here compared to everybody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I feel like I'm like the most north artist. Other than like, cause Little Sketch is up here too.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
like,
just Paso in general, like even San Luis Obispo looks at Paso as so far, and it's really like 20 minutes past slow. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for sure.
And it's actually kind of crazy because people from Lompoc and Santa Maria drive to the grad, they drive to the library all the time, but it's just like you add that grade in the mix and people are like, I don't know, fuck that, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah, bro.
I mean, it was very intentional that a lot of my first things was up here in North County to show that like it's not that far, like,
yeah,
and it's dope, and there's a whole nother side of the coast that you need to come see, you know.
For sure.
And I think people are becoming a lot more comfortable to come up here, you know, as your last show proved. Like it was popping.
Pretty big turnout.
Yeah.
I think we had like total like sales, like 150 people just coming in and out.
That's dope.
I don't think there was 150 people there at one time, but in like total in rotation. Damn, 150 heads in that tiny ass room would have been crazy.
And, like, and that's on the first or second try. Like, imagine if you consistently do that. Like,
oh, there will be another Christmas party.
So that's what I'm feeling like, and plus you're serving the community. Like, it's a win-win. So
it's gonna be dope, bro. And you were there at the turnout. The turnout was crazy. We had that one dude who said he would have not had anybody to get, or not had any gifts to give his family. Yeah. So that alone made it worth it. Exactly, you know what I'm saying? So exactly. Like, super crazy. Well, that's dope. And then you said you wanted to do some record label stuff too with Connect the Coast, right? I mean,
to me, like, ultimately, I want it to become two things. I want it to be, I don't know if you're familiar with South by Southwest.
Yeah, that's happening right now, isn't it?
It's this week, yeah, it is. So it starts tomorrow, I think. But South by Southwest is probably the dopest thing I've ever been to in my life. I performed there a few times. It's just literally like, imagine, I don't know if you've ever been to San Luis Obispo, but imagine like Higuera Street, where every bar turns into a musical venue, and like at Mother's, A$AP Rocky's rocking, and at fucking Library, fucking Kanye's rocking. Damn. And then right up the street, 2 Chainz is rocking, and then, but it's every genre of music, but everything that's lit is performing, and there's just parties everywhere.
So it's not just rap.
No, it's not just
okay.
Rap,
but it's just I thought it was just rap for a
it's just rap. Time. Rap is just shining the most down there for sure, because it's the biggest genre of music. But it's all genres of music.
That's dope. That's super dope. I didn't know that.
And then in the dates, well, the shows are happening all day long, but then there's a convention too. So at this convention, like every label head, every tech company, they have speeches and they teach you how to like go viral. They teach you just all this, anything you could want to know, and then all the brands that have the latest music gear and shit show up, and it's just really, 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 it's just a week of information overload on how to be successful and just making connections in the industry. And like, if I didn't have things already planned out, like if my time wasn't already taken, where Jay Blaze is right now, this would be a perfect time to go down to South by Southwest and like go shake hands and be like, here, this is what I got going on. It's going viral. We definitely get a deal if that's what we were going for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when like James K, his numbers going down there they're gonna shake hands and things will probably come out of that. Like,
I was hitting Sean Ross because I was trying to do an interview with them. I think I'm gonna do them separately. Like, I want to do Sean Ross because there's so much that fool has done on his own that he needs his own interview, and then James K needs his own interview and win. Yeah. But we're gonna get them in here pretty soon. But he said he couldn't come because they're going down there.
Yeah. So. And like they're, that's a great time for them. But like Austin is a really cool city, but it's not on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, so imagine all that dopeness here. You feel what I'm saying? Sick. Like, it would be out of control. And that's eventually what I want Connect the Coast to be known for. It's like every year we have a week-long festival that educates people who want to get into media and the entertainment business. And all the dopest people in the world come to the coast and bring tourism here, bring money here, and bring most of all opportunity here, because there's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, that's super fucking dope. That would be super sick. God damn. And then you got a bunch of shows coming out too, because I've seen a couple of things. You have Sosi's he does that live show on Facebook every once in a while.
Yeah, so Sosi does Sosi Sundays. I know this is not on Connect the Coast, but I still, feel very proud and like this is part of Connect the Coast, you feel what I'm saying? Because we've brainstormed before, and even Straight Lace No Chase, that's not part of Connect the Coast per se, but that comes from us brainstorming. And you know what I'm saying, like everything I'm seeing is exactly what Connect the Coast is about. You feel what I'm saying? Is like, you see us doing it, you do it. Like, this is not the whole don't bite our style thing. This is like, bite the fuck out of our style and make it your own. Like, even when I see Trap Guy just driving on the freeway doing his thing and he's more active, like, I love seeing everybody be more active, because at the end of the day, one of us is going to pop, and that's going to bring eyes to the coast, and that's what matters to me.
Yeah, that's super dope. I don't know. I think it's super important to be, like, really collaborative, like, in bringing not only your own audience to someone, but their audience to yourself, too. Because I think it's definitely a transfer with everybody who's, like, has their own thing going on the coast. Because I know that, like, me and FG Thriller got a song coming. I know that one's going to pop off crazy. Angelo DePrato music video on the way. I already have one that's in the tuck.
I think that's been my favorite thing, is finding all these new video directors that, like, I otherwise would have never heard of. You know what I'm saying? Like, Steven Velasco's shooter That guy,
What's it? It's
GKR.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Like, their videos are becoming more and more impressive by the week, and I love seeing all this creativity.
He had a submission last week.
Dope.
Yeah, he had it was actually the one they just dropped.
Oh yeah,
what you're talking about. Yeah, it was a submission last week. That shit was super dope. I liked his fucking vibe too.
Hell yeah. And on top of that, seeing people actually monetize their music, like Steven Velasco's putting his covers on Spotify now. Like everybody is monetizing their content, and that's what I've been saying since July 4th. There's absolutely no reason for you to not be doing that. Like, fuck with SoundCloud if you want to, but just because you fuck with SoundCloud, there's no reason to not fuck with. Get your money.
And I've found that a lot of people won't even go to SoundCloud even if it's free, because a lot of people already have Apple Music and Spotify.
It's more of a hassle.
If you hit all three, you get everybody.
Exactly.
So there's no point. There's really no point for you to not monetize your stuff.
I think that's the biggest thing that I'm learning that people don't seem to realize out here is that every single platform has a different audience. Like, not just because you put it on SoundCloud, that doesn't mean all your fans are gonna go to SoundCloud and rush to listen to it. Like, some of your fans refuse to fuck with SoundCloud. Some of your fans only fuck with Bandcamp. Some of your fans only fuck with Twitter. So your music should be everywhere. There shouldn't be a reason that you're not putting it everywhere.
Yeah, I've definitely been trying to do that lately, because I've noticed how much that views transfer over too. Just because, like, if you put something on here, you'll definitely drive people to another place. Like, my website is one big thing that I've tried to do, because I can put everything that I do in one spot. I can do the podcast link, and you can submit your music, watch the episode that we did, and subscribe to Apple Podcasts, my YouTube, and see the SoundCloud playlist of all the podcasts all in one spot.
Hell yeah.
That was a free plug.
There you go. That's free game right there.
You know what I'm saying? But that's is one
game.
Huge reason why
That's
I
dope.
have that, because it's like so easy for you to just go there, and I can post out on everything that I do, and I'll have it sourced into one spot.
And that's it. That's all you want to do is funnel traffic back to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? In one way or another.
It's gonna be super dope, bro. Well, I'm super excited to see what's good for the Connected Coast, what's to come.
Me too,
dude. I think there's definitely something that we gotta get a couple more shows rocking, because now that we have the ability to produce this, I'd be down to like get some more shit rocking and just help out, because like I feel like there's so many opportunities with people who are unique. Like,
and there's a lot of good personalities out there. Yeah, I think you're 100%.
And there's
right.
so many lanes that haven't been touched on yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's like, because I feel like news and like different like that type of podcast is already kind of covered, and like that whole thing is that. So my deal was to really shine a light on the artists and to get the whole interview thing out of the way. That's why I was kind of trying to do this part. Yeah. But I think there's a lot more lanes that are really that specific that people would tune into constantly.
I mean, there's no one talking about video games. You're the only one talking about sports. Fucking no, there's no female presence at all. Period. Yeah. Like, just a female perspective talking about the same things you're talking about would be dope. I
was thinking about trying to get like my girl or something on the podcast, see what she was thinking.
Like, I mean, whoever is the first girl to do it is gonna win in a major way. I try to push all the females, the makeup artists, all of them, but it's kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard being a rapper and like reaching out to females. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like, getting them to understand that. And I completely get it. You know what I'm saying? I know that there's probably dudes in their DMs all day long talking nonsense, so I get it. But we'll get there.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that fatty, though, bro.
Fuck yeah. We're about to get into some of these submissions now. I think that was some good conversation to lay on the people. Good hour, just some fucking gems of music business and shit.
Game for that ass.
Here, we'll pull up this first shit. We'll spark this blunt. Nasty Sunday Sesh. First one we got up is my boy, Levi Berlin. I fuck with this song so heavy. He got super fat traction. He's sitting at 2,300 plays. Hold on, let me switch. My bad. He's sitting at 2,300 plays in this new Babe Ruth shit. You've heard this, right?
Yeah.
This shit is crazy, and I don't know how the fuck he got all these people to buy him for this track, all of his homies, to get 176 likes and 92 reposts and shit.
I think he has real fans, though.
No, for sure. Like, don't take that as that. I don't know how he got plays, because he's got mad plays, but but the amount of days that he has on SoundCloud, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's one of his. Not most played songs, but like just trailing is pretty crazy.
Okay.
I think he has a lot of like not random SoundCloud listeners, but people off of SoundCloud who organically find his stuff.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being local, which is super fucking dope. but we're just gonna hop straight into it. This is Babe Ruth.
Yeah, when I kick in, it'll get bad, better get bad, bitch. I get busy with a bitch, that's this, that. I got drive with a whip at. I'ma flip shit, give a flip, bitch, whiplash zoom. City finna hit this tune. Click ain't click, so your whole shit doomed. Ooh, mix so let it go boom. When this new shit dropped, then it broke me tomb. Then I'm back like that, trash black, then a room closed caption and no cap. Actually do what I say, get cash in and stash it away for the days. Monitor rain, but fuck it. If it does, it is the flooding. Even if I isn't giving any budget, I'm finna kill this bitch. Being in public, I am not a human being. Me is disgusting, yeah. Basic ass bitch trying to keep up with the tempo. LEV, I higher than a blimp go. This shit hard, but to me this shit is simple. Team on your bad shit is spinning like a limbo. Minute, a minute, but I'll be minimal. Hit him and then I kill him. I send him right back to finish, yo. That shit is easy as fuck. Who you know on the coast have been beasting as much like, ayy. Yeah. Levi. Whoa. They 16 to the 8 and 5. Got up out of bed, they say it's alive. In the cut, it's a knife, it's a vibe. City getting live, now we getting vibrant. Name a fucking veteran, better than anybody who better than Kevin is getting severed. I bet they won't even question. I reckon you wrestling with a weapon and ready to let it rip in a second. No sympathetic, apologetic, pathetic inside of my rhetoric. When I'm ready to get it going, embezzling, copping settlements. Anybody that I don't see them as being satyrs or thinking they go stepping and singing into the settlement. Hey, bitch, I been back on my shit. Hey, the masses get charged on my dick. Hey, don't worry, it's massive as shit. Pull out of their asses and blast on their list. Yeah, bitch, our son, what's you? I'm son, I'm on that new shit. I'm on that you cannot do this. I'm on that only facts back, let the truth in. I'm on that other bat with your babe ruthless. What is you stupid, huh? Stepping to me in the boot. Better go study the moves then. Levi. Whoa.
That was Babe Ruth by Levi Berlin. That shit was super fucking dope, bro. I don't know how you're so like, but you know what I'm saying? Like I can fast rap, but you're hella technical with it, and I'm just big ups to you, bro. That shit's super fire. What do you think?
I actually don't like fast rap at all, but I like Levi. I think he's really creative. I'm really excited to see what the visual is on that because I like his visuals a lot. I'm going to give a critique to every single person I see because, like I said, I want the coast to get better. So I need better artwork, Levi. But other than that, I fuck with everything else that's moving with this record.
See, the thing about the artwork, too, is I fuck with the picture. Like, the
pictures fly, but the artwork itself.
Yeah, it's just got to be like, it was almost there. I feel it. But the song's super dope, bro. We definitely need to get a track.
Hell yeah.
Because that shit's super fire. The technicality's great, bro. Moving on to the next one. Just kind of quick transition. That shit's never easy, so just know. We're going to go straight into my boy Marquis with Bloom and Lex. I don't know who Bloom is. You know who Bloom is?
I'm not familiar with him.
Okay, so I'm going to have to get the lowdown. He didn't give me any of his socials or whatever, but I can throw them to you after this. Well, this is my boy Marquis with Lavish.
Making moves, yes, it's a habit. When you tryna live lavish. Time I don't have it. Only got time for my passion. Reaping what I sow, that's expensive fabrics. Hope to grant every wish that's Aladdin. Got a way of life that I'm used to living. Making moves so it won't have to be different. Never had time and don't have it now. Used to rock the watch, count minutes down for a new year. Never kept track, lived every day expecting that. Won't keep track of my paydays, cause off days are my work days. My work days I barely rest. Wake up at 8, then press play. No cassette tapes, my ex chick stay pissed. barely speak. Like once a week, so once a week, that's once a week in my sheets. Fall asleep, listening to beats. At a young age, had a few things. Gaming cards, parents used to save for a lavish life, putting overtime. My checks collect, direct, they cut with a digital knife. That's automatic, problematic. Like my drive, some claim the best till it's put to the test. I care less, just wanna run out with the fam and never second guess. Yes, making moves, yes, it's a habit. When you tryna live lavish. Time I don't have it, only got time for my passion. Reaping what I sow, that's expensive fabrics. Hope to grant every wish that's Aladdin. Got a way of life that I'm used to living. Making moves so it won't have to be
Since a youngin' hopping ghetto fences, running from the cops. They don't wanna see me win, they want no progress in my slot. They can't wait for me to die, they're trying to slide up on my spot. It's a must to feed the fam, so some gon' rattle up those pots. Talking $100 bills, chasing after stack. We gon' blow through that, oh, it's probably best to grab a pack. Notice we gon' move around, you gon' see us on that map. I don't understand, if what you talking ain't about cash. I make moves for a bag, trying to touch a lavish life. I was sleeping in the streets, change ain't happen overnight. Got that reverend on my clothes, son, that's expensive fabric. I ain't got the time, only got the time for my passion.
Making moves, yes, it's a habit. When you tryna live lavish. Time I don't have it, only got time for my passion.
Working for a check, yeah. We ain't switching steps, no. Hold it in my chest, yeah. They think they the best, no. I remember days when I slept in my ride and it was fucking cold. Damn, I think I almost froze. That's why I just want it all. Gotta get it all, my baby. Please do not fuck with me if you shaded. Drink a little too much, now I'm blazing. Chasing what I want, making these moves. Michael Jackson with the moonwalk. I'ma be a legend, Michael Jordan with the jump, man. I don't give a fuck, man, especially when I'm drunk, man. Tryna come on, get my bands up, yeah. Getting too close, better back up, yeah. Tryna come on, get my bands up, yeah. Getting too close, better back up, yeah.
Making moves, yes, it's a habit. When you tryna live lavish. Time I don't have it, only got time for my passion. Reaping what I sow, that's expensive fabrics. Hope to grant every wish that's Aladdin. Got a way of life that I'm used to living. Making moves so it won't have to be different.
That was fucking Lavish by my boy Marquis, Bloom, and Lex. That shit was super dope. I fuck with that. I fuck with that super heavy. We'll kind of go through the same thing that we just did. We'll go with what we think was dope and then one critique. I fucked with the production of the video just because I think I can't stress this enough. I think I say this every fucking podcast, but it's only been 3, but I said it every time. But you need a dope visual. Like that's like 9/10 of what people care about. Like they won't take your music seriously unless you can put something professional looking behind it, as in cover art, like we talked about in the last song, or like music video, which is super fucking important. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The one thing that I would say about this song is that it is a little long. That is one thing, but I don't know. 4-minute songs don't really bug me that much. I just think it is gonna it's kind of skippable at some point. You know what I mean? It kind of just drags on.
I feel like I really like the beat a lot, and overall the song is good. I would just have like Key and Lex on it. Honestly.
Yeah, for sure. Cause I didn't mean to take away from the song. The song is dope as fuck. Like I wouldn't just skip the song, but like I don't know. I got ADD, bro. So I'm gonna be there for minute 30 if it's more than, you know what I mean. Not that I don't listen to the songs all the way through, but if it just this one in particular, like
I will say Lex got a lot of drip though. Like I fuck with him. He's dope.
Fuck yeah.
He's really dope. He's one to watch, I think.
Fuck yeah. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. It is... Oh, this one is it's kind of a different submission. It was actually not... Oh, my bad. It was not submitted by the artist. It was submitted by the director of the music video, which is... Hold on, I have his information right here. Let me do this the right way because I don't know his shit. It is Pablo Vasquez, not Velasquez. Pablo Vasquez, and it is Vasquez Visuals 93 on Instagram. This shit's pretty fucking dope though, bro. I've never even heard this dude. I showed Sanctus this before we started, and it's pretty good visuals too, bro. All right.
Man, I swear it's like these people keep telling me I can't do things. I constantly feel like I'm always going uphill, but I think it's my time to prove things. I don't care about the money. I don't care about what people think. I don't care about the stereotypes. I just want to say what I gotta say. I keep hearing all these voices in my head telling me I can't do it. I'm not good enough. I don't have what it takes. But I don't care anymore. I'm doing me. Nick, you lose hip-hop's new president. You play the game and you never win. I got a flow that is heaven sent. I pray they don't let the devil in. Kick down the door, they don't let him in. He got a name that they'll never know. I'll fly you to places you've never been. Catch up, I'm on the next episode. I'm sick, someone get a medicine. This is the realest I ever wrote. So lit when I'm on when it's evident. Apparently I'm getting better though. You're irrelevant just like a mannequin. They loving the kid out from Kellington. Listen what I'm telling them, man, cause you know I'm about it. I've been leaning all night, yeah, I know. I've been saucing, trust me, yeah, I know. I was broke, but lately all these checks on me. Got the whole world running wild, yeah, that's on me. Run it. This right here's all that I wanted. Yeah, this everything that I asked for. Blood, sweat, and tears, man, I gave up my last for. Even if I could go back to the past, I wouldn't hit fast for. I know I'm right here where I need to be. I don't care how long it's taken, I'm destined for greatness. I know the game needed me. I do my thing like KD, it's so easy for me. I didn't see too many people give in before breaking out. Right before popping like they took the bacon out. Foot on the gas, I'm accelerating now. This for all the nights I stayed up. One thing on my mind, get my cake up. My ex told me I couldn't make it. Now she calling me every night trying to make up. These are the things I can't make up. I am the one they admiring. All of your songs sounding tiring. I'm making hits that inspire, and I am just getting started. You're looking like you're ready for early retirement. Now I'm going way up. I swear all my haters lost sight of them all. I've been leaning all night, yeah, I know. I've been saucing, trust me, yeah, I know. I was broke, but lately all these checks on me. Got the whole world running wild, yeah, that's on me. Run it.
That was Nick Lewis with Baby, submitted by Vasquez Visuals. I'll go ahead and start it off with some positives and then a critique that I have. The first positive I'll say is I fuck with the visuals. The overall like video shot quality is super good. The dude who shot it has a good eye for like what looks good as far as like the beach scenes and like getting the right angle and like kind of having like good idea, you know what I'm saying? But the one critique that I will say is that off of rip, Sanctus like noticed the hotel that it was at. So I just think that like I don't know, I wouldn't say it's corny, but the place where the video was shot at is just like he could have been better at that one part. You know what I'm saying? Where he's walking through and like I just feel like there's a lot more locations where you could have made it more unique without being somewhere that's easily seen. That's just one thing that I have with my music videos, except for On Me, because I wanted it to be purposely downtown.
I got you. To me, I'm not bothered by like recognizable landmarks. For me, like my biggest issue is like this artist and I could be wrong. He just gives me the vibe that he don't believe in himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I feel that.
I feel like Pablo is his name, the director's name.
Yeah, Pablo Vasquez.
Yeah, Pablo, hit up Connect the Coast because I do fuck with your eye and I really like your colors. I think they're really dope. But Nick, I think like the idea of this whole thing is dope. Like the blending of the genres, like having a beat with the snare that's like the beat is formatted like a trap beat, but none of the sounds are trap sounds. And like, I like things like that. But to me, you can't half-ass it. Like your flow can't be out of pocket. Your beat can't sound like dull in the mix. Like, and I feel like that from a lot of your. This record just sounds unfinished to me, and I feel like when it's on the path to be super dope and it doesn't get there, for me, I just gotta let it go all the way together.
I can second that because most of the time when when people tell me that my songs are good, it's because the way that I felt during recording it was like super passionate and like I was like that's something that is like kind of lacking here, except for there's such a good structure behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that feeling, like the over the top, like making people buy into it.
Yeah, like to me, it just felt like I'm gonna buy a Fear of God hoodie and I'm gonna do the swag movements and everybody's gonna think
hoodie was hard though.
You know what I'm saying?
Hoodie was hard.
The hoodie is dope.
The hoodie was dope.
I feel like it just felt like very, very formulaic. Like he was following the formula.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I feel that. All right, we'll go on to the next one, which is I guess you could say a return E. The Kid with Let It Go. He submitted a bunch of them. Shout out to you for submitting so many because that's fucking dope. That's exactly what I want to see is multiple songs. Submit multiple songs because a lot of people think you can only submit one or like your new songs. Submit your old shit. Submit everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll play it if it's dope or if we want to talk about it. Cause
I'm going to add any records I like to Connect the Coast Radio too.
For sure. That's why you got to monetize your shit. And give me links that are playable. I don't know if this is playable on anything else other than YouTube, but this shit was dope. Out of all the things you sent me, going back to like the feeling, I could tell how you were feeling during like when you recorded this. I feel like this one had the most like vibe to it, so we'll go into this one.
Nice. Just as we look around here and see that we are more or less all the same basic shape, and therefore probably have the same sort of brain.
I've been knocked down in the dirt. They try and hold my head under the water, so I go harder. I'm at the lowest of my lows, trying to stay positive. Anything can happen, just be ready for it. Good or bad, I let the dice roll. Life ain't perfect, someone had to let you know. Take your head on, I'm gonna stay strong. Pushing my limits, I'm not close to being finished. I know you heard me, so please just understand. I'm trying my hardest to get it while I can. Every day I fight for my dreams. This is real, you can hear it in my voice. My soul is tougher than steel. My heart feels cold, but I still won't fold. I'm staring at the clock, watching the seconds go by, and thinking to myself, is it all really worth it? Do you even understand the bigger picture and the plan? Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah. Yeah. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Yeah. Yeah. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Yeah.
Alright. That was Let It Go by The Kid. Super dope. We're gonna do the same shit. Can't even run through it again. What I would say, visual super fucking dope. I love the way everything ties together. I like the one shot thing too, because I think what you were going for on this was to make it like a no hook type, like not a freestyle, but the same rawness and the same like level headed kind of sound all the way through it. So I'll give you like not the benefit of the doubt, but you know what I'm saying. I'll just assume that's what you were going for. My one critique with that I would say is that there's a few parts, like just depending on how you were trying to record it, that could have been like sauced up a little, or like could have had ad libs, or if you're just trying to go for the raw feeling, I get it, but you know what I'm saying? Nothing to take away from the song because the song's super dope, but I just feel like there's a few parts in there that I just could have been either thickened up with some dubs or just, I don't know, just something. It was just, you know what I'm saying?
I feel that. I mean, for me, this might sound a little contradictory to what I said about the last guy, but not everything has to be polished if it feels good. You know what I'm saying? And this feels good to me.
It does feel good. I will say that.
I don't really have any. I'm a huge fan of when people use what resources they have and make something dope. And like, I don't know if the one camera thing was because of lack of resources or because that was the idea, but I think you guys took what you had and you maximized that, and I like that a lot.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. I was just fucking with it just because of what it was. I didn't even think about
that's
like.
Dope, because that means you don't think about that at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't. As somebody who wants to run a label, I think about those things. But to me, you did a great job when people don't notice that, when it doesn't cross their mind.
Yeah, for sure.
When you notice, when you're like, this looks cheap.
For sure.
That's terrible. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm a big fan of that, and I think that I don't really have any negative things to say about this.
Yeah, this is super dope. Shout out to Kid, bro. All of these will be linked in the description, by the way. Go check that shit out. Yeah. Not right now, because not during the live show, because I was trying to like have some suspense with it. You know what I'm saying? But like right after. The next one we got is gonna be from College Cato, which is a homie that one of my old friends from high school put me on to. Shout out Steven. He listens to podcasts, so I know he'll probably see this at some point. And this will, I saw this on Instagram. He did like a little video snippet. I don't know if it's the music video or if it was just him rapping to it to try to promote it, but that shit was hard. And I was like, bro, you gotta submit something. And then lo and behold, this is his new single, so he submitted it. So I was like, fuck yes. So we're gonna play it. It's called Money Talks by College Cato.
Hating on me, it does nothing for you.
This shit goes hard.
I fell asleep when I was counting up this cash. Had a dream about the money, you was broken, I just laugh, haha. I'm with your bitch and she twerking in my last. Smacked her ass with a stat, said you broken, we just laugh, haha. What the fuck these niggas talking about? Bullshit walks, but this money out here talking loud. What the fuck these niggas talking about? Bullshit walks, but this money out here talking loud. I'm just a player and these niggas chose to hate me. Get your game up and get a new lady. I wouldn't trust them cause these bitches is shady. Said she won't love, I told her fuck you, pay me. I don't know who she thought I am, but I can't play the fool, baby, cause I'm the fucking man. I know you heard that, them bands will make her dance, but she get naked for me on command. Gotta throw an ass hands on the wall. Her name is Luna and she dance like a star. Baby thick, so you know it's a full moon, but she gon' dance to try to get a rat soon. Oh, damn, I'm a loon. In love with this green, but these hundreds is blue. In love with my team, she not fucking with you. Hating on me, it does nothing for you. I see you mad, nigga, go ahead and face it. Never knew I'd be happy counting these dead faces. Never knew I'd be famous in all these places. Can't relate, you can't even say shit. I fell asleep when I was counting up this cash. Had a dream about the money, you was broken, I just laugh, haha. I'm with your bitch and she twerking in my last. Smacked her ass with a stat, said you broken, we just laugh, haha. What the fuck these niggas talking about? Bullshit walks, but this money out here talking loud. What the fuck these niggas talking about? Bullshit walks, but this money out here talking loud. Understand I'm the 1 in the 5, I'm the man. She swallowed that thing with no hands. Got your bitch twerking in a handstand. In love with this money, I'm romantic. Understand I'm the 1 in the 5, I'm the man. She swallowed that thing with no hands. Got your bitch twerking in a handstand. In love with this money, I'm romantic. Investing in relationships got me fucked up. I'm investing in a safe bitch. Money deposits on bank statements. I'd rather be rich than be famous. I think I found my niche with this. Fall in love with the money, don't fall out over a bitch. Still catch a toppy though. Hit my line, I decline. Please don't call me ho. I fell asleep when I was counting up this cash. Had a dream about the money, you was broken, I just laugh, haha. I'm with your bitch and she twerking in my last. Smacked her ass with a stat, said you broken, we just laugh, haha. What the fuck these niggas talking about? Bullshit walks, but this money out here talking loud. What the fuck these niggas talking about? Bullshit walks, but this money out here talking loud. I fell asleep when I was counting up this cash. Had a dream about the money, you was broken, I just laugh, haha. I'm with your bitch and she twerking in my last. Smacked her ass with a stat, said you broken, we just laugh, haha. What the fuck these niggas talking about? Bullshit walks, but this money out here talking loud. What the fuck these niggas talking about? Bullshit walks, but this money out here talking loud.
That was College Cato with Money Talks. That shit's fucking hard, bro. I fuck with that the long way. For sure, is already added in my playlist on Apple Music, but please upload it on SoundCloud because I need it. That's what I listen to all the time. That's just a preference thing. I know most people don't go there, but anyway, we're kind of just going and talking all about it. The beat's super dope. The artwork I think is super dope. Now that I'm looking at it, the video that I was talking about, I think those are stills from it.
Okay.
So it might be the music video. So that's pretty hard.
That's dope.
I know that this
How come you
producer's
didn't play that?
what?
Is it not out yet?
I don't think so,
Oh,
because that's why he didn't submit. If it was out, he probably would have submitted it.
Gotcha.
But it was like a little snippet. It was like minute 30 on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
It's just super dope though. I guess he was I don't know if it was D1 or D2 quarterback, but he's
That's crazy.
a quarterback in for college and shit. But that's super dope. The only thing I would say is that it's not taken away from the song or anything. It's not like the song is prime. Like that shit's banger. I'm still gonna listen to it. But there's a few parts in there where I feel like you could have like the ha you could have like put like ad libs on that shit or made a delay.
Yeah,
like
that's the gas part of the song. For
Yeah,
sure, for
yeah,
sure.
like
that's just.
there was a little bit more
That's
sauce
the
that
way.
could have been added. But overall, that song was super fire, bro.
Nah,
Like
I added that shit to Connect the Coast Radio. If you have an iPhone, download Station Head.
yes, sir.
Follow Connect the Coast. Listen to Connect the Coast Radio. Money Talks has been added. College Cato, keep it up.
Fuck yeah, and that was the last song that we had today. As you know, this podcast is now on Apple Podcasts. There's a SoundCloud playlist for anybody who's on Android and doesn't have anything else. I don't know if there's any other big podcast services out there other than Apple Music or Apple Podcasts.
I mean, that's probably the best one.
Yeah, but just know we're on everything. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. You know the deal. Everything that you just heard, links will be in the description. Shout out to you for coming out. Shout out to my boy Lord Sanctus. Go check him out at Lord of the Sanctus. That shit's scrolling on the screen down here.
Album coming soon.
Yeah, you know.
Follow Connect the Coast.
Shout out to you guys. All right, we'll see you next fucking Sunday. Peace.